Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're going to look at a profoundly uplifting story about how one single teacher fundamentally transformed the lives of young boys. We're exploring the story behind the Gentlemen's Club. It's an absolutely remarkable example of how stepping up and addressing a basic human need, that need for guidance and belief, can literally create a ripple effect that changes a whole community. We've got a fantastic slide deck here to walk you through exactly how this all happened, step by step.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. Growing up without guidance. To really understand the sheer impact of the Gentlemen's Club, we first have to understand the incredibly difficult baseline reality for students at Memminger Elementary School down in Charleston, South Carolina. I want you to just take a second and really think about this question. Imagine being 7 years old. Seriously, put yourself in the shoes of a little kid who is just trying to figure out how this huge world works, but you're completely lacking the fundamental guidance that so many other children rely on to build their confidence and identity.
For a lot of the boys at Memminger Elementary, that lack of guidance stemmed from growing up without a father at home. And man, there is a heavy, heavy emotional weight to that stark reality. When you lack positive male role models at such a crucial developmental stage, it leaves young boys struggling with their confidence. They feel lost, and they're unsure of how to navigate their emotions, let alone their daily interactions with the world around them.
Because they didn't have that figure at home, these boys were missing out on some really specific, everyday life skills. I mean, just look at this list. No one was there to teach them how to confidently shake someone's hand. No one was showing them how to look people right in the eye when speaking. They didn't know how to wear a tie, or, simply put, how to become a gentleman. Now, these might seem like small things to us, but as you'll see, these foundational skills are actually the critical building blocks of self-respect and dignity.
Which brings us to Section 2. The Gentlemen's Club. Enter Raymond Nelson. He was a student support specialist working directly with these kids. And during one winter break, he had this profound aha moment that would pretty much change everything for these students.
That thought just kept echoing in his head over the break. What if these boys just need someone to show them the way? Nelson realized that instead of sitting back and waiting for someone else to step in, or waiting for circumstances to miraculously fix themselves, he had the power to make a choice right then and there. He decided to become that role model himself, and out of that realization, the Gentlemen's Club was born. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer scale of the response. Just look at that number, 60. Nearly 60 boys began arriving at school every single Wednesday morning to participate in this club. It's such a striking visual when you picture it. Dozens of young boys voluntarily showing up, eager to be part of something that demanded a much higher standard from them. And they didn't just show up, they showed up totally looking the part. Every Wednesday, these boys walked into school wearing full suits, dress shirts, ties, and polished shoes. Now, you might be wondering, what about the families who couldn't afford formal clothes? Well, Nelson thought of that too. He actually went out and collected donated suits and ties, ensuring that absolutely no child was left behind because of financial constraints. Every single boy who wanted to participate was handed the tools to do so.
Moving on to Section 3, more than just suits. Because, let's be real, this club was never really about the aesthetics of expensive clothing. It was about instilling dignity, it was about respect, and it was about reinforcing the belief that every single boy deserves to feel incredibly proud of himself when he looks in the mirror. Nelson actually has this great, practical, kind of street-smart wisdom about the whole process. He often jokes, "When was the last time you saw someone fighting in a tuxedo?" It's a funny thought, right? But it hits the nail right on the head. When you completely change how a person presents themselves, you often change how they carry themselves, how they react to conflict, and ultimately how they view their place in the world. Let's move to and see how this builds into actionable behaviors. Because dressing well, that was just getting their foot in the door. Inside the club, Nelson taught his students exact, tangible skills. Step 1, give a firm handshake. Step 2, make eye contact. Step 3, speak with kindness. They learned how to actively respect their teachers, their classmates, their mothers, and most importantly, themselves. The whole shebang was tied together with one simple rhythmic motto: look good, feel good, do good. Let that sink in a second. Look good, feel good, do good. For a lot of these boys, those Wednesday mornings provided so much more than a chance to wear a fancy tie. They provided absolutely crucial encouragement, positive role models, lasting friendships, and the immense power of having someone genuinely believe in them. So the crucial point is Section 4, changing lives one decision. You see, Nelson's simple idea didn't stay confined to his classroom for very long.
The Gentlemen's Club became so wildly successful, and the transformation in these boys was so undeniably obvious that school leaders took notice. I mean, they saw the shift in behavior, the massive rise in confidence, the sudden decrease in disciplinary issues. Because of this, they actually started bringing the program to other schools across the entire district. It spread like wildfire. But you know, the absolute greatest measure of the program's success doesn't come from that district expansion. It comes straight from the kids themselves. One young student perfectly summarized the lasting lessons they learned inside that classroom, saying, "It teaches you to respect others and treat them how you want to be treated." That is the golden rule, fully internalized by a child who just needed a little bit of guidance to get there.
And this brilliantly illustrates a universal truth. Changing lives doesn't always require millions of dollars in grant money or famous speeches from global platforms. Sometimes it literally just begins with one teacher, one simple idea, one donated suit and tie, and one decision to step up and become the role model a child has been desperately waiting for.
Because every child deserves someone who believes in them, and sometimes that one person changes absolutely everything. Which leaves us with this final thought for you to reflect on today as we wrap up this explainer. Who are you the role model for? Where in your own life can you step up and provide a little bit of belief for someone who truly needs it? Thank you so much for exploring this incredible story with me today. Keep learning.